Let's talk about workflows in Biscuit. What are workflows, how do they work, and how you can access them and make changes to workflows in your app. Now, workflow is basically a visual representation of logic that resides in your app. If you're a technical user, you actually see the code and you understand what is the logic for a specific function or a user flow. But if you're a non-technical user, it is very difficult to understand the logic by just looking at code. So what we did at Biscuit is visualize your logic for the app. So here's an example that I have got. It's called Nari Power. So I created this blog just as an example to use for workflows and how you can implement AI agents within your app as well. Let's first quickly look at the blog here. It's a simple blog. It's called naripower.com. And if you click on one of the blogs, it will actually open the article. This entire article is actually AI generated. I have not written a single word here. And the formatting, the content itself, the topics, even the image is all AI generated. Now, if you're trained to understand how AI generated stuff works, you can understand that this is completely vibe coded app. The reason I created this is to use this as a demo for explaining how workflows work. So let's go have a look at it. Now you can find workflows under app. It's the first thing that appears here. When you click on it, you get to see different categories of workflows. Now we have 5 main categories here. First is user interactions, then data changes, then we have scheduled or scheduled, we have API and webhooks, and then we have navigation. So let's take a look at one of the workflows. Now what I do in this blog is basically every Monday an AI will automatically generate a topic. It will then generate the blog body or the text, and also it will generate the image. So there are 3 things that are happening on the automated basis, and that's a scheduled workflow. And because it is scheduled, it will come under scheduled or scheduled workflow. And when you click on it, you get to see that generate blog post. So I'm going to take this as an example to show you how this works. When you click on it, it will open the view, and this is basically visualizing what the workflow really does. First thing you can do is when you click on it, it will show you an explanation, and here it's a schedule trigger that runs this workflow on a set schedule. And it has got a configuration here. So when it will run, day and the time zone, and then it will show when is the next run happening. And so this is a easy way to actually access the logic that is there in the code. Now in Biscuit, we actually do not show you the code that is underneath your app. The idea is to be able to help a non-technical user, and in order to understand how this logic works, we try to visualize it. After this, the next thing that will happen is creating the blog itself, right? So each action is then represented like a block. So it will first start. So this is the starting point of the workflow. And this is where it will start creating the blog post. And as you scroll down, you get to see what it is doing really. And there's a prompt here that will say, you are an expert health and wellness content strategist, and your job is to come up with unique topics. Now, because this blog is about women's health, the idea was to generate different topics every week, and on that topic generate a blog post. So this is the first thing that will run, and then if the topic is generated, it will start generating the blog post also. It's an AI that will generate the text for it. So this is how the message will be: write a blog post with the following details. Title comes from one part of the workflow, topic comes from another part of the workflow, and then this workflow specifically is for generating the text itself. We have another workflow here that will be generating the image. Perhaps this is the best example because it's easy to understand image generation. So the way this works is it will create a prompt, and within the prompt, it takes in the title that is generated from the earlier prompt already. Then it will take the topic, and based on that, it will generate an image. And this is the output that you get, which is cover image. And then you have the model here. Now, if you want, you can actually make some changes. For example, this is using GPT 1.5 model. But if I want to use Nano Banana 2, then it will automatically switch to that. Once you make the change, you can click on save. So now the image generation will happen through Nano Banana 2. The first choice was done by AI automatically. I had not specified which model should it pick up for generating the image, but now if you want, you can go ahead and change it as well. Now once all the image is done, text is done, topic is done, and the blog post itself is done, it will create a slug. Slug is the URL that you see for each blog post, and then it will create the final thing, blog post, store it in the database. Now let me show you how it works in the data itself. For example, if you go to blog post here, These are the posts that are generated. You can see the author name is AI Writer, and you can also see when it was created. So I'm recording this video on 16th of April, which is Thursday. And then you can see there is one post which is created on 13th April, which is on Monday. And this particular post has got an image. If you switch to custom view, you can also see that image here. You can edit if you want to. So this is about data. Switching back to the workflows. One last feature I want to talk about when it comes to workflows is you can select a specific step. For example, if I want to talk about this specific prompt, the moment you select it, it will come here as a selected item, and then you can also change it. So let's say I do not like the way images are generated now, and I want to change an image generation prompt. So let's say make the colors aligned with brand. I can actually prompt a change to the specific step in that workflow, and that just simplifies the work for you. The second way and the easiest way to deal with workflows is simply chat. So that's all about workflows. If you have any suggestions or feedback for improving this workflow feature, let us know. That's all. Thanks for watching.